At Sadler Financial Services, our philosophy is to create a financial plan you can live with. We all read advice from planners in the paper or hear advice at seminars, but if we did everything the way they wanted, we'd be so planned none of us would have any fun at all. However, we all know people who do very little planning, who just live for the moment, and that isn't the way to go either. They have little resources for the emergencies life can throw their way, and they certainly won't look forward to a comfortable retirement. I believe that a balanced approach is the way to go. In other words, a financial plan you can live with. Does that make sense to you as well? So, where do we start? Every day when we read the paper, watch TV, or talk to friends and associates, we are inundated with ideas for tips for products, tax shelters, stocks, mutual funds, the latest insurance policy. Do we pay down the mortgage, buy more RRSPs, or save for the children's education? Where do we start? Unfortunately, most of the professionals we rely on are not much help. Your banker, your mutual fund salesman, your stockbroker, your insurance agent, they all have the latest hot product. I don't know about you, but even I get confused. Does this sound familiar? If you want to build a house, where do you start first? If I was going to build a new house, I wouldn't just run down to Revy or Home Depot and buy a load of bricks and cement and 2x4s. I would end up with a pile of product even though I didn't know what I was trying to build. Well, that is exactly what people do with financial products. Does this sound familiar to you at all? Would this sound familiar to anybody else you know? Obviously, just like if you were going to build a house, you should start with a blueprint, a financial plan. We look at your goals and objectives, where you want to go. Then we will look at your current situation. Are you handling your money well? Do you need to get out of debt? Are your investments working for you? Then we look at your strengths and weaknesses. All of us are better at some things than others. In fact, with some couples, often one spouse is better at budgeting, for example, while the other spouse is better at strategic planning and managing investments. And of course, we look at your time frames. When do you want to be debt-free? When do you want to retire? Here's an example of a financial plan. This particular plan is fictitious, but this will give you an idea of the quality of our work. We can create a plan that is as simple or as complex as your situation warrants. The first page of your plan will document the goals and objectives that are discussed with you. These goals are kept in front of me while I prepare your plan to make sure we build a plan that reflects what you want. Then we look at where you are now. Go through a personal net worth statement. This gives us a benchmark, where we are starting from, so we can measure progress. It doesn't matter if you show a big positive balance or if you're in the red. We just want to see reality, and then make plans to get you where you want to go. Then your cash flow statement. This is the information that most people relate to the most. How much money is going in and how much is going out? If the bottom line is in the red, then you know you are spending more than you earn and you probably have some credit concerns. If there is a positive balance, but you just don't know where the funds are going, then you need to get control of your money to make sure it is working for you. Then we look at your RRSPs. Are you depositing the right amount? Are you income splitting? Are you happy with your return? Are you happy with the amount of risk you're taking? Then we look at your non-registered funds. Is the balance right, or is too much cash sitting in your savings account? How is your mix of investments? Are they tax efficient, or are you paying too much tax? Would you like more sheltering from tax or tax deferral from these investments? When is your mortgage due? Do you use lines of credit? Would an alternative to traditional banking work for you? How is your risk management program? We all hate life insurance, but do you have the right amount? Too much? Too little? Is your income replaced if you can't work? How are your medical benefits? Do you have adequate coverage through your employer? Or are you self-employed? Do you travel out of the country at all? Then we document all our findings and present a recommended action plan. We list the actions you should take along with the recommended timetable, what you should do, and when you should do it, what products fit the blueprint, and which products do not. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this brief presentation. We are well aware that financial planning is at the bottom of most of our lists. In fact, most people don't like to talk about it at all, or they are so embarrassed at the lack of planning they have done thus far. No matter what the case may be, keep this in mind. The sooner you start your financial plan, the better off you will be in the future. And trust me, once you have done it all on paper, you will have gained such peace of mind knowing that you have a plan and knowing that you have a personal advocate working for you. Please take the time now and fill out the information below. We are happy to contact you to schedule a more personal introduction at your convenience. Have a wonderful day.